Welcome, everybody, back to Vancouver. And we start at halftime of a game against the Utah Jazz. We have played a countless number of times this season, but we're facing them and Kevin Durant yet again. So a couple of first half highlights for you here. I did watch the entire game. It was a very fun game to watch. And we're about to dive into the second half here in a second. Couple of stats for you, though. We're up by 9. Anderson, 19 points. Durant, 14. His first shot of the half is up and good to cut the game down to 7. Our first bucket comes from Anderson off the lob here from Hollins. 64-57, your current score. Larson blocked by Don Payne off the backboard. And we come up with it. On the other end, we feed Payne. He scores on Sabonis. Later on, Durant throws it right to Turner. Can we get out in transition? Payne to Hollins. He shoots and he scores. On the very next play, Anderson jumps in front of the pass from Larson. Utah turns the ball over a couple of times and Hollins is taking advantage of the offensive end. Vancouver back up by double digits. Hollins jars it loose from the hands of Larson. And he would turn this one into 2 on the other end again. But Utah closes the gap in the middle of the third quarter. A turnover there from Wellington. Larson fires. The game is cut down to 4 all of a sudden. Later on, Wellington has it jarred loose by Larson. Sabonis comes up with it. He goes up to Larson. He will fire at the elbow and knock it down again. It's down to a 2-point game. And then Ryder for 3 puts Utah in front. It's their first lead of the entire game, coming late in the third quarter. Jayshawn Tate's baseline jumper off the mark, and Utah is in front 86-85 after 3. First play of the fourth quarter for us is a 3 from Anderson to put us back in front by 2. Then Hollins, another steal off of Larson. Poor ball handling, and Hollins turns it into points on the other end yet again. He had a spectacular second half after kind of a quiet first half. Durant, though, cuts the gap down to 1. Anderson back out to Hollins to beat the shot clock. Got it to go. Vancouver back up by 4. Hollins with it. Up to Anderson. The jackhammer throwdown. He's got 32 points now, 12 for 19 from the field. And then on the defensive end, he blocks Sexton and still gets the stop after the second shot attempt. Then later on, up by 3, we go to Payne. The bucket plus the foul. The assist goes to Anderson. It's a foul against Kevin Durant. And Don Payne at the charity stripe could put us in front by 6, which he does. 3 minutes left. Durant from deep. Can't get it to go. Sabonis gets the board, but Turner blocks the putback attempt. A massive defensive play. Then Anderson, a foot or 2 out from the line, knocking it down to put us up by 7 with 2:37 to go. Later on, we're up by 5. Shot missed. Payne on the glass gets the board plus the putback. And we're back in front by 7, a minute and a half to go. Durant fires. It's tipped and it still goes in. Can see right here, Payne gets his hand on the ball, but Durant still gets 2 points out of the shot either way. But this shot wouldn't really matter because Vancouver takes it 122-117. And today is a huge episode, so this win was absolutely massive. Durant drops 34 in the loss. D'Angelo Russell drops 16. Johan Larson a big 16 points. But the Woodsmen got 37 from Simon Anderson, 14 for 26 from the field. Will Hollins, 18 points, 7 boards, 10 assists, and 7 steals. He stuffed the stat sheet. He was absolutely awesome in this game. And then Don Payne, another good day, 16 points, 12 boards, 2 steals, 1 block, and 7 for 8. Wellington, DeSumo, and Bain also all got involved on the score sheet, putting up 10 or more each. Rivers, not so much, but I do have to announce a couple of adjustments to our game plan before we do anything else. So originally we had Rivers, Wellington, DeSumo, and Azette all getting about 20 minutes off the bench. But to prioritize having Turner and Payne on the court at the same time, or just one of them on the court at any point during the entire game. We did have to give a lot more minutes to Rivers and take a few away from Wellington and Dosunmu, which we could consider taking some away from Bane because of how he has not really played that well while watching. We definitely could do that ourselves. But Azette went down to 13 points, and now here is what our rotation timeline looks like. This is very different from what the CPU had done themselves. I usually don't touch this during these kinds of series, but I really had to make sure that either Turner or Payne was on the court at any one point. And we had to give more minutes, as I said earlier, to Rivers because we had to have somebody out there playing power forward if Turner was taking a seat or Payne was taking a seat. I don't really want Payne to be playing power forward at all. So whenever Turner's in there, he's playing power forward. And whenever Payne takes a seat, Turner is in the game at center. That's the game plan right now. I also wanted to make a change to put in Hollins and our starters in general just to play pretty much the whole fourth quarter, or at least the last 8-9 minutes, because I don't want the backups out there playing crucial minutes because they just aren't our best players. So yeah, Rivers is going to be up to about 30 minutes per game off the bench. And we did have to increase Turner and Payne's up to about 33, 32. And by the way, the timeline that the CPU had made for them was playing Hollins for like 35 minutes, Bane for 30, Anderson for like 40, which I don't want to make him play that much yet. That's playoff minutes, not necessarily during the regular season. And Turner was playing around 40 as well, which is why he's so tired right now. So he's playing less now than he was earlier, but hopefully that will be a good change for us to make, and it also is reflected in the actual rotation game plan as well. So that's nice to see too. But for today, we're going to sim through most of the rest of the year, and we're going to watch this game at home against the Wizards because they have not only Paolo Banchero, but they also have Darrell Wheeler, who last time we checked was in the runnings, or in the lead rather, for Rookie of the Year, which he still is. 15.5 points per game, 3.7 boards, 3.4 assists, 1.3 steals. Payne trying to catch up, but not a lot of time left to do so. So yeah, let's just sim through the 3rd of April here and see where things are at with 4 games left on our schedule. We're not going to be finishing up this season today. We're going to do that next episode by watching this game against the Warriors to wrap up the year. And hopefully that one is shorter than usual because we'll have less games to go through. But I think it's important for us to go through the end of the year next episode. So let's sim and see where we're at with a couple games left. Well, folks, we have simmed 10 more games, and unfortunately, the Woodsmen went 4-6 in those 10 games. We are now down to 43-35 on the year, and 4 teams have clinched playoffs. The Thunder, Pelicans, Mavs, and Rockets have all clinched, and the Grizzlies have at least clinched a play-in tournament spot, and they're 2 games ahead of us. We are currently the 6th seed with 4 games left in the year. We have the tiebreaker over the Kings, but if they finish with a higher record than we do or a better record than we do, then we are a play-in tournament team, which I really don't want to do that. Our first sim game, though, was against the Clippers, in which we lost 94-88, a low-scoring one where we just never got anything going in the second half. Poor offense in both the 3rd and 4th quarters. Could not even get to 17 points in either of them after a strong offensive first half. And we actually had a pretty good lead at halftime. We were up by 14 points. We lose by 6. Lonzo drops 23, 4, and 6. Portis 15. The Woodsmen got 16, 9, and 4 for Rivers off the bench. 15 for Turner. 12 for Bane. Anderson 9 points. 3 for 13 from the field. Hollins 2 for 11. Hard to win when 2 starters who take the bulkier shots out of those players do not play well. Also, Payne had 18 boards, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. And Yeah, we shot below 40%. They did too, but we shot 5 for 31 from 3. And they also hit a lot more free throws than we did too. We bounced back by taking down the Portland Trail Blazers by 11. Highland drops 18. Rancati drops 15. The Woodsmen get 30 from Anderson. 29 and 8 for Rivers off the bench. Fantastic day. Payne 13 points, 12 boards. Hollins 12, 6 and 6. Against the Heat, we lose by 13 points in a high-scoring affair on the road. Harrow drops 20, as well as Jamal Murray and Benedict Mathurin, all 3 guys dropping 20 points. The Woodsmen got 35 for Anderson, 27 for Rivers, another good day, and Bane drops 23, and we still somehow lost. If those 3 guys are having good days across the board and you lose, that's not good. We allowed 133 points, and they had more free throws. Literally twice as many as we did. And that was the big difference here. Everything else was pretty much the same. We lose our second straight, this time to Dallas. Luka drops 22, 7 and 15. Had 5 steals as well. And how about Rich Smalls? 19 points against his former team, 8 for 15. He has grown into a 78 overall player. So here is your update on him. Morale is extremely high. Trust got reset down to 50. But let's look at his stats for this season. This was one of his better games. Maybe his best game of the entire season, of course. It's top 2, top 3. It's top 5 on the year for him. And of course, it comes against us. But he's got 8 badges now. 5 for finishing. 2 for playmaking. A 1 for defense and rebounding. And he is averaging 10.5 points per game, 3 boards, and 3.4 assists with 1.1 steals. And he's shooting better as well. So he is kind of rebounded his career to a solid bench role, I guess. We get back in the win column by taking down the Rockets by 3. These matchups are always fun. Jabari Smith drops 32. Ray Harris, 18 points. Kyrie only 13, 7 and 6 here. 15 for Jalen Green. And Anderson drops 30. Bane 23. Rivers a double-double, as well as Payne. And we shot a lot better than them. And we still barely won. But on the very next day, we drop a matchup against a terrible 76ers team. We lose by 1 at home. A fourth quarter comeback here for Philadelphia. Anderson drops 26. Bane drops 18. Rivers a double-double. Wellington had 11, Payne 17 boards, Turner had 12. The Sixers had 18 for Vucevic and 17 for Chuma Okeke. Then we took down the Nets by 20, 31 in this one for Anderson, 20 and 15 for Payne, one of his best games of the season, had 3 blocks as well. Hollins 11 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. Rivers 7 points, 11 boards. For the Nets, Mark Williams had a big day, 17 points, 8 boards. He led them in scoring. Ivy 15 and 10. But like usual, a win is followed up by a loss. This time it's against Boston, who is also not very good this year. They are good. I'm stupid. They're one of the better teams we played in this stretch. But Lawrence Hall drops 27. He pops off every time against us. Tatum drops 20 and 13. Simmons had 14. The Woodsman had 20 for Bane, 14 for Hollins, and Wellington a double-double for Payne, and Anderson just 5 points, just 2 for 7. What happened? And again, we're back in the win column by taking down Chicago. Levine gets 28, Ellis Wright drops 28, and for the Woodsman, it's 30 points for Anderson, a double-double here for Rivers off the bench, 16 for Bane, 15 for Payne, 11 for Wellington, Hollins 10 points, 13 assists. But of course, we then lost after allowing the Hornets to outscore us by 15 points in the fourth quarter to win by 8, 102-94. Anderson led the way in scoring with 17, although on a poor shooting day. Zed had 15 off the bench. Hollins, 14 points, 4 assists. Bane, 14. The scoring was pretty even across the board, but nobody really played well enough to get us the win. Meanwhile, LaMelo played almost the entire game and dropped 21 points and 14 assists for the Hornets. So we're coming off 3 days of rest, and we actually will not be seeing Banchero today as he is out for the year. A lower right leg stress fracture is going to end his season. So they're going to put out there Bradley Beal, Darrell Wheeler, Miles Bridges, Malachi Branham, AJ Griffin, John Watts, etc. Banchero was their top player and top scorer. He's been out for about 14 games or so, though. And, yeah, we're going to face them today. The starters seem fairly even across the board, except for small forward. We'll see if Anderson can outplay the Duke Blue Devil, AJ Griffin, who is a really good sharpshooter. We'll see if we can do it. Here we go at home in Vancouver. This game is absolutely huge. If we win, we have a very important game up on the Kings, who are right on our ass just behind us. We have the same record as them. Both teams have 4 games left, trying to clinch the 6th seed in the playoffs. Anderson on the other end. Spins, attacks, splits defenders, and lays that one in to open the scoring. Miles Bridges pulls the trigger from deep and missed it. Anderson cuts, Hollins finds him. He's got 4. Wheeler drives and gets the foul on Turner, his first. It's always not good to be drawing a foul this early in the game, especially for a guy like Turner, who's one of our most important defensive players, maybe the most important defensive piece. Screen from Turner. Desmond Bane. Nice pass back to him. Beal off the screen from Wheeler. Attacks the rim. Hollins, good defense, but a better shot. And it's 6-4. Bane off the feet from Hollins. Throws up a shot. Can't hit over Watts, though. Griffin off the screen. Pump fakes, goes up and draws a foul. It's the second, no, it's the first on Anderson instead. Thank God it was not on Turner. He was trying to help. The first free throw was good. 13 points per game so far this year for AJ Griffin. Not sure why I'm saying so far. The year's pretty much over. But it's 6-6. Vancouver has it. Anderson launches a 3. Can't can it, though. Beal has it. Wheeler, time counting down. Lost it. Hollins comes up with the steal. I did lower the steal slider a bit, as well as I upped the ball handling for most players. Just that overall slider. So there should be less of those weird steals that were happening last episode. But Hollins knocks down the shot. And he's still a guy that's going to get steals, so I still expect that to happen from time to time. Wheeler. Back out to Beal, and Hollins comes down with it. Beal could not hang on to the pass, and Hollins has a quick 2 more. Beal back to Watts. Nice pass on the pick and roll. Bane gets inside for a slam after getting by Beal. Vancouver up 12-8. Bridges, plenty of time to fire, and he hits back iron. Off-ball screen for Hollins. He gets open. Bane finds him. The 3 is off, though. Bridges comes down with it. Screen for Beal. He will fire down low on Payne, who did not even try to put a hand up, but he still missed the layup, so we'll take it. We'll give that stop to Payne. Why not? I think he has played pretty well these last couple of weeks. Anderson goes to him out on the wing. He'll go to Turner. Out to Anderson. Deep 3. He knocks it down. Another steal for Hollins. Wheeler caught sleeping. And Hollins makes them pay again. Wow. The Wizards have been terrible taking care of the ball. Bane gets a steal after kind of a loose ball that he jarred loose. We'll see if we can turn this one into points as well. Not sure it's going to happen on that kind of shot. Beal Literally right at the rim. Fires and hits over Anderson. Cuts the gap back down to 7. After a Vancouver timeout, we get the ball to Rivers on the cut. The foul is called after the dunk as well. That goes against Miles Bridges. He's fouled plenty of people in his time. We know that much. Rivers knocks down the free throw. Vancouver up by 10 early on. AJ Griffin answers back with a three-point play of his own. Payne to Anderson. Good look at a three. Missed it. It's tipped. And we get the board. It goes right to Desmond Bane. Screen for Hollins from Payne. Hollins lost the ball. Cage gets the steal this time. On the other end, Malachi Branham. A tough pass. Gets it down low. Griffin steps out of bounds. We take over. Under 5 to go in the first quarter, and we just threw a very errant lob up to Anderson. Not sure what the idea behind that one was. Griffin off the screen from Watts. Finds a corner three for Malachi Branham, who knocks it down. And that cuts the game to 4. With 4.5 to go in the first quarter, that's our cue to sim ahead to the second quarter and see where things are at there. Hollins off the screen, though. Left that one short. All right, 7:47 to go here in the second quarter. Vancouver has the ball up by 7, 39 to 32. Anderson goes to Rivers. He'll fire from deep. It's good. Screen coming for Beal. He'll fire off of it. He can't answer back, though. Vancouver has it up by 10. Payne feeds Rivers. He goes to Anderson for a three. That one's good, too. Double screen. Beal steps back at the elbow. It's good. Payne goes to Anderson. Same spot as last time. Can't get it to go. Rivers gets the board and puts it back in. Yes, sir. Bridges splits defenders, throws up a shot and hits it off the glass. Anderson, it steps back. Nice pass to Rivers, who draws the foul. It was a good shot and a good pass. Well, it would have been a good look if he would have shot that, but it was a good pass as well, which will lead to at least 1 point. And Rivers goes 2 for 2. That's 3 straight free throws going for him. That's got to be a new record or something. Wheeler, that is a tough shot. Not the best look. I think his head coach is probably scratching his head for that one. Anderson was going to cut. Wellington missed him. We almost throw it away. No, we do. Wheeler comes up with it. Errant pass by Rivers. Wheeler gets the screen, hands off to Bridges. Back out to Griffin. Good defense so far by the Woodsmen. John Watts locked up by Payne. They have to get a quick shot for Bridges, which it goes. You're kidding. A couple of guys about to check back into the game as Payne throws it to AJ Griffin, who read the pass before it was even thrown. Wheeler off a couple of screens. Attacks the rim. Payne gets the stop. On the other end, he goes to Anderson. We keep feeding him, and that's why. Wow, right after a timeout and an inbounds pass by Washington, Dasubu gets a steal immediately. So we've got him out there with Hollins, Turner, Azette, and Anderson, who was playing power forward for just a couple of minutes. For 3, not this time. Dasubu had his hands on the board but couldn't come down with it. Instead, it is some random guy who I don't know the name of, but McMillan has it now. He'll step back. Baseline jumper. Missed it. Too much on it. Screen from Azette. Hollins, the open 3. Hits back iron. Is a sharp with it. He throws up a lob to Watts over the top of Anderson. That cuts the game down to 11. John Watts, 6 points, 7 boards here in the first half. Has not missed a shot. Turner to Anderson. We love this play, but a couple of misses in a row for him. Oh, they lost the ball out of bounds off Washington. Yasumu. That's a tough look. A bit too easy for the Wizards there to get a stop. They have it down by 11, trying to cut the game to below double digits. McMillan hesitates. Has it poked out from behind by Hollins. Unbelievable. I swear to God, I changed like 3 different settings, all to curb the amount of steals that we saw, and we're still getting some great defense out of him. So it's just him playing well. Not much else there is to it. They throw it right to Miles Turner. Up ahead, Dosunmu from the axe. Got it. We're back up by 15. Sharp draws the foul on Anderson. That's his second. First free throw is off the mark. Just missed it. Second is good, as we have brought in, I believe, Rivers in place of Anderson. So all the backups out there. Actually, no, just 3 of them out there instead. So Wellington is the only guy who is a bench player who's not out there currently. Azette, top of the key. Cans it. Vancouver trying to take charge here before halftime. McMillan throws up a shot, missed it. Thought they would call a foul there, but there was none. There was contact, but just a good look there. A good stop by Miles Turner. Love seeing those solid defensive stops by him and just our team in general. Sumo goes to Hollins. Wide open jumper. Can't knock it down. Azette comes down with the offensive board. Right back to Hollins, but it's off again. Sharp finds the roll by Watts. It's stuffed by Miles Turner. Who else would it have possibly been? Vancouver, last shot of the half. Hollins missed again, unfortunately. And it's going to be a half quarter to end the half. Vancouver up 59-42. Looking good so far. We take this game to the third quarter with about half of it left until the fourth is here. And we are up by 27 points. Things have gone completely awry for the Wizards, except for that play right there where they lost and throw up a shot to score. John Watts played pretty well, but the Wizards in totality have been pretty bad on offense, especially after the first quarter. But a steal for Sharp here off of Hollins, just straight up picked his pocket. That looked way too easy. But yeah, real quick, first quarter was 27-26 with Vancouver in front by 1, obviously. Then we outscored them 32-16 in the second quarter. And so far in the third quarter, we have outscored them 18-10. There's still plenty of time left. Sharp back to Watts in there for a slam. Quick bucket, cuts the gap to 23. If the game was still a blowout by the fourth quarter, I probably won't actually end up watching it because the game will already pretty much be over, and that's all we need from this game. Bane is just fouled by Griffin. That was not a... that's not even a... that's like not a flagrant, but it's got to be a tech. He just grabbed him. He just bear hugged him. That's not even a shooting foul. It's just a foul. Like that take foul from the Jazz game earlier. But Bane knocks down both free throws. We're seeing a lot better free throw shooting here. I did end up turning down the user difficulty slider for free throw difficulty because there is not a free throw slider for CPU, as that shot is blocked. Couldn't see who. I think it was Bane who blocked it, but they do get it back. But again, there is no free throw difficulty or free throw slider at all for the CPU. There's only one for the user, and that does not affect our CPU versus CPU gameplay, but just in case I did lower that difficulty, maybe that's the difference here. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see if that continues as a trend in the playoffs and next episode. But Sharp bricks the first free throw. Second one is up and in. Wellington is checked in. Dosunmu goes to shooting guard. He takes a screen from Rivers, gets by 2 defenders, back out to Wellington for a wide open 3, which he knocks down. That's just great passing and great play calling. Cage for 3, got it to go. Anderson cuts, Rivers rifles a pass to him, he scores at the rim. Big day for Anderson, 25 points, 9 for 18. Oh, I just am seeing this. The Saints and Broncos have agreed to a trade for Sean Payton. That's pretty cool. Couple off-ball screens here for Anderson. Rivers goes to him, wide open look. Missed it, turn of the offensive board, blocked from behind by John Watts. They go up to Malachi Branham, who attacks the rim. He missed it, though. Dosunmu is going to get that stop credit. On the other end, he'll have a free 2 points. We've shot 49% and have 86 points. They've shot 43 and they have 60. So there has been some huge lopsided stats somewhere that is the difference maker. As Wellington fouls John Watts, they trade a couple of words. First free throw is good. And Watts goes 2 for 2. Zed is checked in for the Woodsmen in place of Anderson as Turner draws the foul on Watts. That puts us in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Same goes for Washington. First free throw for Turner is good. He shot at like 77%, I think, at the charity stripe this season. He knocks down both here. So we've done pretty solid here at the line this game. Couple of screens for Sharp. He splits them. Goes back out to McMillan. He takes a screen. And is stymied by Wellington. McMillan for 3 now. Can't get it to go. The Wizards just look lost out there. They just can't hit shots. Wellington steps back, fires a 3. He'll show him how it's done. McMillan trying to go up against Turner. He draws the foul, but that's a really bad idea if you're trying not to draw a foul because you're going to get blocked or you'll just miss. McMillan ends up going 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. Screen from Rivers. Wellington the shot again. This time it's off. Branham feeds Cage. He scores right around Rivers. Tough bucket. Got it to go, though. Game's back down at 25. Dosunmu off the screen from Azette. Has a wide open look from deep. It's good. Malachi Branham from deep. Can't knock it down. Wizards fans, what do you say without Paolo Banchero on your team? You still have Bradley Beal. This team should have played better in this game. We do have the better roster overall, but this game should not be a 30-point blowout like it's looking like it's going to be. Wow, nice pass to Dosunmu. Way to find it from Azette. Knocks it down again. We're up by 31 now. Just fantastic ball movements. Way to penetrate, kick it back out. That's just how you do it. Just nothing better than that right there. McMillan off the screen. Can't knock it down. And we get the board. On the other end, Dosunmu, same spot again from deep. It is 100-66. They are scrambling for answers here. Last shot of the third quarter and for our viewing of this game. Sharp fades away. The shot is good. That'll count.
Vancouver 100, the Wizards 68.
Well, guys, there is no shot clock left. We will dribble this one out. Vancouver wins by 40, 134-94 over a top 8 team in the Eastern Conference. They're only a couple of games above 500, but they're still going to be at least a play-in tournament team. and we just absolutely blew them out. Anderson drops 33 points in the win. Bane drops 24 and 9. And once again, I'm wondering, where was this? I swear to God, whenever we watch, Bane takes anywhere from 2 to 5 shots, and that's it. Hollins, though, had 19 points, 5 assists, and 8 steals. He was awesome in this game. Rivers was also very good. 19 points, 12 boards. He's had a couple of really good games off the bench. Once we gave him starter level minutes once again, I think we have to ride this out. Isumbu was 16 points in 14 minutes. Really good stuff there in that third quarter. Wellington, 8 points. We saw, I think, most of those. Turner had 2 blocks and 9 boards. Him and Payne not really doing a lot in this game. And didn't really have to win either. So, 40-point win. Malachi Branham had 19 for the Wizards, 18 for John Watts. But we shot 55% to their 44. They were 7 for 32 from deep. We shot 55% from deep, and we both teams shot well at the trading straight. But for the first time, maybe ever, we go perfect in a game in which we took more than 10 free throws. That has to be a team record for us. It has to. But the bad news after the win is that the Kings also won. So both us and them have secured a play-in tournament spot. We could also still beat out Memphis for the 6th seed as well, or for the 5 seed rather. We still have the tiebreaker again on the Kings in case we have the same record at the end of things. But right now, we have to hopefully just win out just to completely secure it. If we win out, we're fine. If we don't, then it's in jeopardy. So that is concerning, but we still could also get the 5 seed. Just depends on how these last 3 games go. But we face the Lakers, who are 28 and 50. We better win that game. We face the Pelicans, who are very, very good. That could be a tough game. And we face the Warriors, who are at 500. So you pretty much get one team at either end of the spectrum and one right in the very middle. So this really could go any number of ways. I think any record out of this 3-game stretch is possible. So we could go 0-3. We could go 3-0. We could go 1-2. We could go 2-1. Just depends on how we do. But I think you have to game plan for all 3 of these games specifically and just see if that game plan can help you win that game. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. We have quite an important episode next time out to wrap up the regular season. We'll do that. We'll go through probably all 3 of these games in some manner. Probably a lot of sim casting, and then we'll go through some prospects and all the awards and stuff at the end of the episode. So that's how that will go next time out. And thanks, guys, for watching this one. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. And until one of the biggest episodes of the entire series, take care and go Woodsmen.